This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Alrighty then, dear listener. This is only a test.
Only a test.
I don't know how this is going to go, but
I'm very curious. I know that.
Extremely curious. The big homie Jordan Peterson has
Apparently made a song?
Apparently made a song to the big homie Mr. Trudeau.
So you don't, is Jordan singing it? Did he write it, or you don't know anything?
All I saw on the thing was song by Jordan B. Peterson. So
what if we're being trolled? What if it has nothing to do with him and it's something somebody compiled?
well, it's directly from his web. It's on his YouTube page.
Oh, okay, all right.
I really don't want to get blocked on this thing. Speaking of which, Mr. Peterson, don't block us. Maybe I could appeal to the homie. Hear me.
Yep.
All right. So wake up, Jordan B. Peterson, Justin Trudeau. Let's do it.
What are the sweets you sung that left you so alone? You should be doing swell. You could have built a home, but now you're on your own. You should be acting well. You should climb off your throne and see what you've been shown. You might think this is hell.
Okay, so he's coming right out the gate. He's sounding kind of fatherly there. You should be doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think this is him talking directly to that guy?
Oh, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Okay.
He's talking to Trudeau.
It was
So
a
far.
little, it felt a little daunting. Like,
What do you
if
mean?
you don't listen to this, bad could come.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, it was like dun 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 dun, and then their voices and stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know who's singing.
isn't Jordan from Canada?
Okay, there it is. Lyrics by Jordan B. Peterson. Composition Jordan Peterson and Scutch Tully.
Oh, that name's
Voices
familiar.
are Sonia Tully, Tammy Peterson, Scutch Tully, and Jordan Peterson. Okay,
Oh!
so there are multiple people.
Cool.
Multiple people doing these lyrics, but there are no lyrics on the thing. So let's just get back to the song.
All right.
Shall
What
we?
did you think?
It's kind of got a lullaby type of effect to it.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Both
Both of us got two different feels from it.
Yeah, but I mean the video itself is pretty interesting. We continue, dear listener.
I can't see this
Should be going home. You should be doing good. You should be waking up.
That up. That was JB for sure. That up. You know when he said
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's getting better because of that. That sounds Pink Floydish to me. That sounds Pink Floydish to me, dear listener. Man, they're taking the homie to the woodshed.
Well, I do feel like the homie's out of control, so.
We continue. Shout out to Justin Trudeau.
Should be going home. You should be acting well. You should be well.
Hey, you know that song, Don't Tell Me What to Do, Don't Tell Me What to Say? That's what it sounds like.
Oh,
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's a combination of that, a nursery rhyme, and Pink Floyd, dear listener.
go. I don't know where to turn. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to turn. Should be hanged how you could be on your own. Should you stop and think? You should be doing well. You should be waking up. You should be waking up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh boy. I have goosebumps. No joke. No lie. Do you have goosebumps? Is it I mean,
That was kind of prophetic at the end there. Oh, I don't know, bro.
what?
Go ahead. What were you saying now?
What? No, I don't understand what your reaction right there was. I'm not up on the political stuff as much as Vinny is, so.
That line. Well, I mean, we did a Middle America episode about this.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was nothing new.
I'll probably publish this as well.
Is there anything new on it?
Well, look, I think that one of the problems that we had in the war on terror is that the opposition didn't have anywhere close to the money that we had. They didn't have They didn't have anything that we had. But what happened was we underestimated them in a lot of areas, and one of those was the propaganda war.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't realize that two can play at the game of propaganda. And, look, right now, if you, okay, so here's something that happened recently.
I get it,
Here she is with her walker, right?
What did she say? This is for our children and grandchildren?
Her grandkids. But there she is with her walker, little old lady.
We're doing it for so they all can have peace and love and happiness. Peace, love, happiness.
I gotta say, every time I see these people, they keep doing that. They sound like hippies. They're having snowball fights and shit. You got the Sikh guy over there like cooking for people. That's all I'm seeing. Now, again, I'm the people that are showing that to us have an agenda as well, just like right-wing people having a left-wing, right-wing, whatever, have an agenda. But I'm telling you, that's what I keep seeing.
Yeah, but if it's getting violent, then why, if Trudeau's going to come out, I mean, and make himself look the way he did, then he might as well give us something to look at to say, well, I mean, he's not off his rocker.
Right. Like he's
not giving us anything to work with.
One guy waving the flag and
we're just seeing everybody else's video and then his announcement.
Yeah. So here we go. Here come the horses.
Hey, stand down! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Look what you did! Look what you did to her! Look what you did to her! Look what you did to her! You trampled on the lady who was inaccessible! Shame on you! Shame on every one of you! Shame on you!
Oh,
Down you! You just a lady who was a walker! She had a walker and she just got crushed! They just trampled a lady with a walker! Shame on you guys! Shame on you!
When I hear people's voices hit that level of stress and the injustice, like they're not listening, they're just coming through and they're just, running over people in with walkers. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that can't end well.
Honest to goodness, every time I see something like this, I always think, who raised these men? Who raised them?
It's just psychologically something happens to people, man. Something happens to people psychologically when they know they've got unfettered power and nobody can touch them. It just, something happens to them. And, I'm not going to go as far as Jimmy Dore and say all cops are bad, but when you put these police in a situation where they've got, we can take all your money as long as it's in good faith, we can do this to you, we can do that to you.
If we hired them, then they should come before us every year so we can decide what needs to be changed, where the reformations need to happen. Oh. They're just going year after year doing whatever the frig they want to do and treating us like we are not the ones that pay their salary. Is it the same in Canada?
Yeah, for sure.
Come on.
For sure.
You can't run over your employer.
But,
and especially these people were saying we want peace for our children.
Well, it's just a horrible look, man.
Gosh.
It's a horrible look because there's no way to suppress that kind of information. You can't suppress that kind of information. So it's like, that's what he's saying, like, get off your throne, you go home. Because that was one of the things he said, like, a couple of weeks ago. He said, truckers go home. So he's telling all these people to go home. Like, dude. But I fear that a lot of this now is just about ego. And, we talk a lot about original sin. And look, that's the premise for a lot of Western governments. That's why you have a balance of powers. It's to curtail the sinful inclinations of people.
Yeah.
If we thought people were generally good, we wouldn't need a balance of powers. It's because people say absolute, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Power doesn't do anything. It doesn't corrupt you. Power exposes corruption that is in you. Mm-hmm. So you have to have a balance of powers, but he's initiated this emergency, the Emergencies Act, which has given them damn near unilateral. I'm not going to go as far as martial law, but can you tell the difference between martial law and what you just saw?
That's madness.
SubhanAllah. It's
That's
this
madness.
little old lady talking about peace, love, and harmony for her grandkids.
Her little face was red. She'd probably been out there for so long.
But again, you saw the horror in that woman's face, the young one. She said, "What happened?"
Yep.
And she was gut punched. And then the guy,
when he saw her like that, then he started losing it more.
It's hard. It's hard when you're I don't care what you say, men, you want to be a protector. And you're standing in there, and that's your mom getting trampled, and then your little sister is traumatized, and you can't do anything. And it's hard as a man to watch that. That's difficult stuff. So now everybody's in their feelings. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is that's the power now that the people have, and you're not. I think Trudeau has underestimated by simply calling these people Nazis and they're all Nazis. Anybody who supports it, these are right-wing Nazis. I've got people in comments saying, these are Nazis, Vin. Aren't you worried that these are Nazis? I'm like, I don't know, bro. That Sikh dude that was talking about cooking for everybody and that little old lady, she didn't seem like a Nazi to me, bro. I studied World War II extensively. And I don't like throwing around the Nazi thing, but the Nazis were not common people. The Nazis it started with the government getting more and more power and silencing more and more and more opposition. And then the people fell in line. Now, obviously, that's a massive oversimplification. I'm simply saying, if you are afraid of that type of National Socialism rearing its ugly head, you would have to look at the people in power first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's fascinating to me that the very people who are always calling Trump a fascist and always saying that Trump was horrible. Yeah. Now, the way that Trump handled BLM is strikingly similar. Although in America it's a little bit different because state by state states handle things differently. So for example, Portland, Oregon handled it differently than Texas handled it differently than Florida.
Yeah.
But all across the country, you saw these same sort of Gestapo tactics where you were shooting people from 5 feet away in the face, permanently blinding them with rubber bullets.
So crazy.
Gassing peaceful citizens that weren't doing anything. And then what you saw from the right was they would find agent provocateurs or other people who were doing bad stuff and go, oh, the entire movement is this. It's the entire movement is Antifa. The entire movement is this. So we're gonna ignore whatever the vast majority of the peaceful protesters are saying and focus on these few people. And that's literally the same template to justify all the atrocities and the overreach of power and why people this is what I'm saying, this tribalism is killing us. Because if we were looking at this as anytime the government has an overreach of power, it's bad, then we wouldn't care if it was a right-wing person doing it to left-wing people or left-wing people doing it to right-wing people.
Yeah.
We wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe that Trudeau is left-wing. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not very politically astute. But I've been around some real leftists, and this guy doesn't taste like a leftist to me. I don't know. He's more like an establishment guy, whatever that we see that could have a job at CNN when he's done, whatever. But and one of the things, I was in a discussion with somebody, and he never really got back to me, and inshallah he gets
I'm
back.
glad he used the word throne.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's how it feels. Is that now? How is Canada run? Like, do they vote him in?
Yeah, he got voted in. But that's why he had to initiate this emergency act. It gave him and his government all this power that is unprecedented. I mean, they didn't even do this during COVID.
I think he's making Trump look like.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, can you imagine what would have happened if Trump would have went after Hawk Newsom was a big prominent guy during the whole struggle. But if Trump would have said, I am gonna freeze his accounts and all the millions of dollars from GoFundMe.
That's madness.
I'm gonna freeze the accounts of all these people. Like, it would be insane.
Yeah.
People would rightly be calling this is fascistic behavior.
Yeah.
Like, you're going over the line. They were like millions of dollars from 2 separate GoFundMe type things that they're frozen. And I had this guy telling me, God bless him, but he's like, all that money is coming from white nationalists. I'm like, that's millions of dollars. How the fuck could you know that? How could you know that? How could you possibly know? Okay, so everybody who is against these draconian measures, these heavy-handed measures, are white nationalists. Okay, look, guys, here you go. This is the Canadian Civil Liberties Association, okay? This is a Canadian Civil Liberties Association.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're the Canadian equivalent to the ACLU. They might be a right-wing organization. I don't know. Okay? Here's the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. Today we filed an application for judicial review in federal court requesting an order quashing the emergency proclamation and the emergency measures regulations and the emergency economic measures order. You can read it here. So there were like three
different things
here.
Yeah,
3 proclamations, and the economic order, like, that's shit you do to terrorists. So here we go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it's a threat to national security, fine, but
order, the emergency measures regulations are inconsistent with the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. I'm assuming that's the Constitution. And that such inconsistency could not be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society.
Exactly.
Pursuant to Section 1 of the Charter, as well as an immediately effective declaration of these sections are of no force effect pursuant to the Constitution Act of 1982, etc., etc., etc. I'm sorry, man, but I just... to me, and you gotta understand this, like, as an American, we're seeing this stuff, and again, this already happened in our country with Black Lives Matter and how the police engage those people. But at least you could point to some fires.
Yeah.
At least you could point to destroyed buildings.
Yeah.
At least you could point to there are a couple officers who were killed or whatever. At least you could do that. You know, I mean, it looks like the CCLA was founded in 1964 in Toronto, prompted by the Ontario government's proposal of a bill that would have granted special powers to the police in the face of organized crime. It was, the predecessor was the Association for Civil Liberties, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks like these are anti-authoritarian, this is an anti-authoritarian group, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you cannot, I don't think this is a right-wing organization. It looks to me like it's similar to what is the Canadian version of the ACLU? There it is. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but it looks to me like this is not a right-wing organization, and they're saying this is unconstitutional in Canada. And Peterson is right. This can't end well. And I do think like
he should take this warning.
He's saying like you're all alone and all the rest of it. It's like, this is what happens when you're a slave to your ego, man. You can't reverse course. Why don't you just come out there, apologize, piece it up.
Yep.
And move on and take the L and say we're all gonna learn and grow as Canadians, whatever y'all do. He ain't gonna do that. And it has nothing to do with national security. This now he's in a pissing contest with these people.
My gosh. That's the worst. So much destruction will happen in the wake of that if he doesn't pull it together. And he's the leader. As the leader, he needs to take the step forward and pull back on this and say, okay, I overstepped here or whatever. Like, be political about it if you have to, but everybody makes mistakes. And if he doesn't pull back on it, this could get really bad, bloody. Wow.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could unleash, a lot of rage. Like, you keep, there's only so much people
running over the handicapped people, talking about peace.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Just really bad. Really, really bad. And again, the same people who were saying fascist every time Trump put out a tweet that they didn't like, all of a sudden have nothing to say here. So yeah,
really.
Sonically, the song grew on me a little bit. Initially, it was like, you should do this. You should. I was like, bro, I don't know. That's nursery rhymes, bro. I'm not really feeling that. But then the chorus got there, and the solo was really good. That was like a Pink Floyd type solo. No BS. It was a Pink Floyd type solo. So I want to see this done live. Hey, JP,
yeah.
You got to do this shit live, bro. You do this live with the big homie John Lennon. And then after that, don't worry, Jordan Peterson. We will interview you after.
Yep.
But it was a good song. But yeah, man. Honestly, like lyrically, he took him to the woodshed, man.
He did. But he did it in a gentle sort of.
Yeah, he did it in a fatherly way because I think there's
pay
enough,
attention.
I
yeah,
think there's enough of an age gap to where Trudeau could be Jordan Peterson's kid. But I'm shocked at this dude's behavior, man. I'm
oh my gosh, me too.
Away.
Me too.
I cannot believe it.
Me too.
But then at the same time,
and especially because it's the Canadians. Like from my perspective, it was always like, oh, here comes America, more problems. And you didn't hear. I mean, we're on the border of Canada. We just didn't hear a lot of ruckus from them.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, what? What's happening in Canada? Like, this is like, I know that, this, like the older sibling that's supposed to kind of keep stuff together. Like, oh, well, maybe we can become like maybe we can have universal health care like the Canadians. Maybe we can, and here you are trampling people like this. It's like, well, wait a minute. Let's rethink this.
I know.
Secondly, as far as the song goes, I liked it, but the kids were asking me a question earlier about you, and I said, look, I'm not the person to ask whether he'd be able to do that or not. I once thought he could beat Michael Jordan in a basketball game. Look, I'm a little bit biased, and I feel like that with Jordan's song, I'm a big fan, so I'm like, you know, when I see his song, I'm like, this is great. This is a really quality. This is great. So
would you listen to it again? Is it going on your playlist?
I would listen to it again, but only I think because it's his.
Is it going on your playlist?
No, I'm not going to be running to the gym in it.
Or you're in the shower, or you're meditating. Is this song going to come on?
Probably not. Probably not. But I did appreciate it. I did like it.
It's been viewed 1 million times in less than 24 hours. So,
Good.
I mean, Jordan Peterson, he understands the moment. He understands his popularity and
use it. I wonder how long it took him to put this together.
They did a better job. They did a better job. But, you know, honestly, this is why we practice apologizing to the kids.
Yep.
Anytime you're in a position of power, if you're in a position
we want
of
that
power
model to
or
them.
influence at a job or in your house, and you've got long spans of time where you never apologize, then you're a little Trudeau or a little Trump or a little whatever. You know, so, you know, it's easy to point the finger and go, oh, he really took him to the woodshed. But at the same time, I think it's one of those, like any good song, something universal, like all of us should think about it. You probably wouldn't say you didn't deploy mounted troops to trample your own children, but you've probably hurt them in one way or the other, right? Or people that work for you, or the girl at McDonald's that's doing your whatever, right? And I think it's a very healthy thing to apologize, to slay your ego in real practical ways, because we all have these crazy hierarchies that just happen, whether they're socially constructed or evolutionarily determined. We all end up in these social hierarchies, at least at this point in our timeline, and there's this assumption of rightness because you're at the top of the whatever, and he's got this assumption, and this shit is it's spinning out of control.
It's unbelievable. Really is.
That's the other thing, is it's spinning out of control. If you have a naive understanding of human nature, I guarantee you that when he put that, oh, we're gonna do this, that he wouldn't think in a day, or when he declared that they're enacting this thing, I guarantee you, if you would have said to him, you know, you're about to trample an old lady, right, in a walker, he'd be like, no.
Really?
I am certain. I do not believe, even as a politician, he knows that is fatal to his power. That there's no way you can make that look good.
I just don't see how you can make his initial proclamation look good. Not in light of what we're seeing. There's no videos out there that justifies his announcement.
But my point is, I don't think that he understands how that's gonna unravel outside of his control.
I don't understand how you could not know that. You can't strip away people's freedoms like that and expect everybody to be, gee whiz, let's just go down and have a tea now.
Well, no. Well, the people aren't,
there's going to be a problem.
Well, people aren't react. What I'm saying is, I'm not talking about the people's reaction. I'm talking about his agents.
Oh.
And the fact that they ran over that lady.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, if you would have told him, you know that your folks in less than a week are gonna trample an old lady on a horse, and the whole world's gonna, you know that, right? He'd be like, no, we ain't gonna do that. Because people that are in those kind of echo chambers with all that power really think that they have the control, that they're control. You're not. You're dealing with human beings, and now you have just given all of your agents almost absolute power and immunity. This is one of the things that happens in America. Police have qualified immunity, and this is one of the reasons why they'll beat the hell out of you. They'll shoot you in the face. They'll shoot Kim Potter, the one that just killed Dante Wright. She got 24 months. The judge was all crying and stuff when she read the verdict. Like, unbelievable. You know the one that said taser. They gave her 24 months and $1,000 fine or whatever. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Shout out to the homie.
Wow.
But when you have this kind of immunity, you're unleashing hell.
Oh my God, that's awful.
When you have that kind of immunity, you're unleashing hell, and that's what he doesn't understand. And when you have a naive understanding of human nature, you think, oh, okay, we're going to do this and people are going to fall in line. No.
I really don't understand how he could think that. I understand where you're coming from.
That his troops wouldn't do that to people?
How can you not think that's going to happen? People are not going to be good with it.
Because he thinks he's the good guy. They think they're the good guys. So they'd never do something like that. They truly believe that they're the good guys.
I don't know that
And-
level of.
And this is where you as an American are a bit naive because he has the support currently of the majority of Canadians. The majority
What?
of Canadians support this.
What?
Go check
Why?
out the comment section on Middle America. Like, you're looking at this through American lenses. You know, your country came about because we said, fuck the British, and we took up guns and all the rest of it. So you're looking at this like an American. I'm not saying that the people of Canada are going to get up and revolt against him, although the tide seems to be turning. What I'm saying is his assumption that his folks, that his agents, whether in their FBI, their cops, their mounted police, yada, 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 that they were going to operate within the bounds of the law and common decency. The assumption that you're going to give those people all that power and that they wouldn't abuse it, that's what I'm talking about.
I get that, but if people are going to be in the way, they're going to protest it. They're going to create a crowd. And if you have a problem with the crowd, how are you going to move them without, like they start bringing the horses by? Well, the people stay in the way. Like everybody saw the horses coming. The guy announced. He said the horses are here now.
Yeah.
Now that's everybody's time to step back, but they didn't step back.
Yeah.
So then they get it. I mean, I just don't understand how you can't know that's going to happen. Like people believe that they're standing for what this woman said. Look, this is for future generations. I want peace for them.
Yeah.
So, she's willing to put it on the line for the future generations.
Yeah.
So, these other people that, man, it's just, I don't like seeing like animals trampling on human beings to me is really sick.
Yeah.
And that there's a man riding on the horse. He's trampling on this old lady that was with a walker. The people's reaction,
Yeah,
it's
the
just,
girl is hard.
and I think the girl that
heartbreaking.
put her gloves up like this, I'm pretty sure that there was the Canadian.
Maple leaf.
Yes,
Little maple leaf.
that was even sadder because it was like she's supporting her place, but then oh my god, the horror with the to me that if
I guess that girl's a Nazi too. They're all just Nazis. These people. I mean, we've got to. I mean, shout out to Justin Trudeau, man. Hopefully he does the right thing, man. Hopefully
we've already
he does
done the
right
wrong thing, now you have to reverse it and do the right thing.
But it's so simple. A lot of this is just ego, man. It's just
Yep.
ego.
Yep.
All right, what do you get the song?
Oh, it's a 10.
The strong 7. Which is God's number. Shout out to George Peterson. Shout out to Justin Trudeau. Get it together, folks.
Jeez,
Give peace a chance. Hopefully it doesn't get bloody or any more bloody in Canada than like it did in America.
Mm-hmm.
Good night. Anyway, y'all. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.